Welcome to TechPacks, your partner in advanced research and development. In this video, we will be presenting the details about one of the most demanding research projects titled Optimizing Communication in Underwater Sensor Networks, a Novel Clustering Approach. This research project can be extended further to publish a research paper in a reputed journal or used for your PhD or MTech thesis. So, if you are a researcher, PhD, or MTech research scholar working on a similar research project and need expert guidance to handle the complexities of research in this field, you're in the right place. Watch this video till the end to gain valuable insights into the project's objectives, methodology, and results. We'll also provide a demo of the code in action, showcasing its key features and functionalities. So, let's begin. Our professional researcher will now take the lead and guide you through the details. Here we go.
Hello friends, welcome to TechFacts Research and Innovation Services. Today I'm here to present you one of the research domain that we are working on in the field of underwater sensor networks. So, a optimization communication protocol has been proposed for the underwater sensor networks in order to preserve the energy and to perform the communication in a better way. So, let's talk about the video. Before the video, let's talk that what we will cover into it. In this video, we will initially talk about in which application areas the protocol designed can be implemented or can be utilized. Then we will talk about the code, that what files you will get and how to execute those code along with the software requirements and the library requirements for that. Then what are the current systems, what advancement we have done into the proposed work. Finally, we will give the overview of the achieved results along with the graphical representations. So let's talk about the application areas. Underwater communication is specifically designed for the marine or the defense related domains, where the communication is to be done for submarines or the ships in the sea or many other applications. So other than that, the data can be transmitted from one place to another, as from the seas to the ground stations. As you can see this example over here, where the ship station is basically communicating with the ground station through the underwater communication links, where the different sensors are placed in order to check the things. Other than these areas, there are certain other application areas, as you can see, for the militaries, like mines, detecting the mines, for the surveillance, for detecting the enemy's movement. Other than that, disaster controls like floods, oil spills. As you all know that oils get transferred from one place to another through the underwater pipes and all. If there is any breakage or something, or the spills over that underwater, then the sensors can sense those issues and can send it to the remote location or the monitoring stations. So for the coastline protections, in order to check the water quality, for the pollution, like plastic debris and many other applications. So these are the applications where through the sensors the communication can be done. So this domain is particularly known as the underwater wireless sensor networks. So now let's see what exactly the code will be. You will get the folder like this, under which you just need to go to the code folder, and there are a number of files with us. These codes are implemented in the MATLAB software, so you must have the MATLAB software installed on your system. The MATLAB version that I am using to demonstrate you this code is like 2019A, but you can use 2015, 16, 17, 18 or 19, whatever you are able to get. But make sure it should be the full version, not the trial version, because trial version is restricted with many of the libraries. So to run this code, it is a very simple step. You just need to copy the path of the folder in which the code is placed, then go to the MATLAB and then paste it here, Control V, enter. When I will press enter, you can see whatever the files were there in the folder, those are here in the current folder. Now the files that you need to run is, one is code performance, another one is base comparison. So in the code performance, basically all these other files are the function files, those are called in these two files. So these are the main files that you need to run. So code performance is the performance evaluation of the proposed system in terms of different parameters, and base comparison is when the designed system is evaluated in the different scenarios and compared with the base paper results. So let's talk about how to execute it. So when you will open any of the file, you just need to go to here, editor window. There is a green play button, you just need to click on this, the code will start running. So I'm going to run this. In the meantime, let's talk about what exactly the current system was. We were referring this paper, which is basically adaptive node clustering for the underwater sensor network. In this paper, they have used dragonfly optimization algorithm in order to select the count of the clusters. Then they performed the comparison with other state of art methods. The problem that we identified into this is like the clustering only is not efficient. You just must have the technology where the better communication can be performed. So the cluster head selection is one of the challenge. So secondly, only dragonfly optimization algorithm is not performing effectively in all the scenarios. There are certain drawbacks with the dragonfly optimization algorithm. So we have proposed a new optimization algorithm to deal with the issues and to solve the problem identified in the particular domain. So let's talk about that, what we have proposed in the proposed system. In the proposed system, one of the thing that we have proposed is like improving the dragonfly optimization algorithm with the mode flame optimization. So our model is basically the hybrid model of DFO and MFO. So dragonfly and moth flame optimization algorithm hybrid is proposed. Secondly, the parameter that we are evaluating in order to get the better results are basically having number of parameters with them. As you can see here, the parameters are like average distance among the cluster nodes, then delta factor is basically the count of the nodes in the network with respect to the idle nodes available in the network, then 1 by ATE, it is the transmission energy split among the count of the cluster. So means you can say the average transmission energy to be used by the cluster head. So these are the three factors that we have used into it. So we have evaluated the system. So after defining all the parameters, initially we were calculating the parameters those are required to get the fitness, then hybrid of DFO and MFO is being applied, and we got the best nodes which are to be the cluster heads. On these bases we are selecting the clusters. So whenever the nodes will be selected as the cluster heads with the hybrid of DFO and MFO, then we will check the distance of all rest nodes with these points, and then the cluster are formed, whereas in the previous method only DFO is used for forming the clusters. So better the cluster heads, better the cluster will be. So the cluster, after the cluster formation, we were just start communicating among node to the cluster head and cluster head to sync, and finally evaluated the outcomes in terms of different parameters like dead nodes, alive nodes, remaining energy. So let's see with the result I just completed with the simulation. So the results that we have achieved is like this. This was the initial network that we have considered for it. Then in this is basically the analysis of the dead nodes with respect to the rounds. Then this is the alive nodes with respect to the rounds, and then this is the energy dissipation of the network with respect to the rounds, and finally the throughput of the network. Finally, we have also evaluated when the first node, half node, and last node has been dead. So this is basically for the underwater communication, but this is the analysis of the proposed one. Let's see when we are comparing it with the base paper, because in the base paper they have taken different scenarios by changing the count of the nodes in the network. So you can see here they were evaluating by changing the number of nodes. So when the number of nodes are getting changed, they are checking how many clusters are being formed, what exactly the performance of the system in terms of only the number of cluster formation. So here what we are going to do, when we are clicked on the base comparison, we have run the code for number of nodes. So I is behaving here as a number of nodes which is passed to the different scenario function. So this is the different scenario function where the whole code which was there in the code performance is similar, only the initial nodes count of the nodes is passed as a function. So here every time the I 20 20 20 difference, it means it will give us the node count from 20 40 60 80 and so on, which was considered in the base paper. You can see here. So we have take the same scenario, and I'm gonna run this code to see that what exactly we got and what are the results with the base paper. So when I'm running this, it will take some time because the number of nodes available here are, you can see every time the results that we are achieving will be shown here, and the finally the results will be compared in terms of graphical representation. So let's see what are the final outcomes. After running all scenario, we do have this. So you can see this was the network, this was the initial network, these are the number of the clusters formed every time. This is the graph of the number of clusters with respect to number of cluster with respect to number of round. So this is the comparison of DFO with respect to the proposed DFO and MFO. So you can see the count of the clusters get reduced. So let's see the comparison of the code. So when I'm running this code, you can see it starts simulating. By changing the number of nodes, we are getting the count of the clusters formed. So it will give us the results for all the scenarios, and the base paper results has been taken from the paper directly. So these are the graphs that we have achieved, in which you can see initial one is the number of nodes in the network. These are the number of the cluster heads formed every time. So you can see this is the curve that we have achieved by changing the number of nodes. What was the count of the number of clusters? And when compared with the base paper, you can see the count of cluster formation is less. That means lesser nodes to be the cluster head, and better outcomes were achieved in terms of the stability. So this is the underwater communication in where the sensors resources are lessly utilized and stable for the longer period, and it is better in comparison to the traditional method only that was using only DFO. So the strategy that is used for the clustered selection is better. The proposed algorithm that we have proposed is the advanced variant of the existing optimization algorithms. Certain other and new modifications are possible into it, because underwater communication is not restricted to this only. There are new opportunities for doing it. So the research people or the industry people can communicate us directly to get information related to that. Thank you. Thanks for watching the video.
Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it informative and engaging. For more information about this research project and to get our consultancy services, click the link in the description below. At TechPacks, we offer comprehensive support for researchers, PhD, and MTech students in the fields of engineering and ICT. Our services include selection of research topic, helping you choose the right topic tailored to your interests and the latest trends. Synopsis preparation, crafting a clear and concise synopsis with well-defined objectives. Coding assistance, providing expert help with writing and optimizing code in various tools and platforms. Research paper writing, assisting in drafting and editing research papers to meet the highest academic standards. Dissertation writing, offering complete support for your dissertation, ensuring consistency and quality. Plagiarism check and removal, ensuring your work is original and free from plagiarism with advanced detection tools. We also offer customization services to meet your specific project needs. Whether you require a modification of an existing project or a completely new application, our team of experts is here to help. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more updates on cutting-edge research projects and expert advice. Thank you for choosing TechPacks. We look forward to collaborating with you on your research journey.